Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation, where every week we hope to come to you and discuss what's going on in the world of name, image, and likeness, UNM athletics, and just sports and athletics in general in Albuquerque and in around the state of New Mexico. I always want to shout out to my producer behind the glass, Adrian from the City of Angels. We'll leave it at that for now. Adrian does an incredible job of getting us up and on the air. And I also want to thank, I usually save our guests as a secret. We will get to our guest there after the first break. But I want to thank our guest and president of ProView Network, Steve Davis, for giving us this opportunity every week to come to you and discuss what we are doing at 505, how it impacts UNM athletics and the general economy in the state of New Mexico and city of Albuquerque. So there's been a lot of talk recently with the House settlement and revenue sharing. You may have heard these terms, and I get a lot of confused questions. Recently, Fern Lobo, athletic director at UNM, talked about the importance of donating to the Lobo Alliance. He's 100% right. But for those of you who support us at 505, we're asking you to continue that support because we are in collaboration with UNM. All our monies raised, all profits go directly to the Lobo Alliance. And many of you know, some of you don't, there's a revenue sharing cap of $20 million. Well, UNM's at $4 million now, approximately. So there's a lot of work to do. So please, 505sports.org, if you're interested, if you see me on the street, stop and talk to me. We need your continued support, and there'll be a big announcement with UNM in the next week or so. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with ProView Prez, Steve Davis. Stay with us.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program. I think, and I know I already got some noise about this, I wanted to call this the end of summer show recap and the preview for the fall, and a friend said, well, summer doesn't end for another 3 weeks. Well, listen, Labor Day's Monday. For my sports career, my school career, that was always the end of summer, Labor Day. So for 505 SVF purposes, the summer's over on Monday night and we get into fall. Anyway, I want to introduce right away familiar face, Steve Davis, president of ProView. Steven, how you doing?
Hey, well, thanks for having me on and talking about summer. It's over. Football, high school football started last week. Volleyball started. Soccer started this weekend. Highlands and Westerns is all getting going, and we're everywhere.
Yeah, you guys had an incredible summer. I just took a little golf trip with the great Lobo icon Ray Birmingham, and I was watching him on your
CBS.
network, and then CBS. Like, whoa, it's big shot, big time.
And Jeff Symbiotto, I mean, it was
that's right.
we had the best of the best.
It was really well done. So you should be really proud of the work you guys did.
And then I want to shout out to Windfire, that they're a local production that does the isotopes and everything else. They did a great job of the production for CBS. So Gary Williams, everybody, it was really promoted the state of New Mexico very well.
Yeah, it looked great. They did a great job up in Farmington. Always kind of a cool show, but it came across to me as just a viewer as really professionally done. And like you said, New Mexico looked great promotion. And again, that's part of what we seek to do through UNM Athletics is promote the state. When you see a packed gym, or in the very near future, and then as in the past, you see a full university stadium with the mountains and the climate and the crowd. It's a great promotion for New Mexico, the city and the state. So that's the importance. Again, I try to state this every week. The importance of UNM athletics is way beyond the playing field. It goes into the economics. But you guys did a great job. High school football's here. It's wild.
Before we do that, I'd like to thank a couple of people that make that happen, because people don't get the accolades that were behind the scenes that made that happen. There's Mo Maestas, Senator Mo Maestas, and then also Senator Steve Lanier from Farmington, and also William Sherrod for the Senate. So those things, without their knowledge of what it is, what people don't understand, that World Series, Connie Mack World Series, is the fourth biggest fan base. People coming to see it. 100,000 people in 1 week come watch the Connie Mack World Series in Farmington, New Mexico.
Yeah, super economic driver, and that's what we're trying to do. That's why when we have a state senator like Mo Maestas, who's a Lobo fan. Let's not parse that down.
He's a sports fan. He's a sports fan.
He's a sports fan. But he understands the economic significance in New Mexico. And I've been saying this since I started this NIL program. Now, I've been involved with UNM as a student, as an alum, and then as a booster for now 53 years. To me, it's always been clear the emotional effect of UNM athletics. When the teams are successful, you can feel it in the town. But we've now come to know how, as you say, it drives the economy. You have an event like Connie Mack at 100,000 people, restaurants, hotels, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's an economic driver. If we get to the point where we continue to sell a pit out, we make national news in basketball, and we're drawing 20, 25, 30,000 for football, watch out. And Mo Maestas is one of those few who have done his work and helped in the legislature to get it done. So for the other gents you mentioned, the other political guys, I don't know them, but we're grateful for that.
And there were many more than that. Right. Those were right at the top. I just know Farmington was there, and then Mo had a big.
Well, Mo's been great. Mo's been for those of you who care about it, this gets political. It's a duty, I think, of anyone who wants to promote New Mexico to help UNM athletics, to help New Mexico State athletics. I don't want to leave them out of it. They're important also. It just grows the state, and we're unique. We have 2 Division I schools. That's it. We have no major league teams within 400 miles. So our pro teams, our fan base teams, are the University of New Mexico and New Mexico State Aggies. That's a fact. So we're different than South Dakota, which doesn't have the D1 sports. We're different than Washington, that has 9 Division I schools. New Mexico is a unique position to influence the economy through UNM sports. So Farmington is an incredible example. We see the Balloon Fiesta, which is an incredible example of drawing people to New Mexico. What we want to do is get to the point where UNM Athletics does it, and you giving us this show, you being out, ProView being out in the state and in the community, showing the local sports is all part of that. That's super important.
Well, and I want to thank My 50 because we do the game of the week, and it's statewide, except for Las Cruces. But you know, it reaches a lot of people, and we get hundreds of thousands of people and watching our student athletes.
Well, it's incredible. All right, so we've wrapped up the summer. Great success throughout New Mexico. We've talked about it in the last couple of shows. Both UNM football. We're ready. We'll get back to you on that after the break. UNM men's basketball and women's basketball are back. Everybody's back. They're working. I think there's a real sense of optimism, and it's going to start Saturday. It's a pretty important game Saturday.
Well, I think they're a team called Michigan. I don't know if anybody. No. I tell you what a big time game for UNM, and then we'll probably get to that.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to go right to Ann Arbor as soon as we come back. Stay with us.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hey everybody, we're back. This is the 505 SVF Show. I'm Kurt Roth, and I'm here with ProView President and main guy, Steve Davis. All right, so summer's over. Football season for the Lobos starts Saturday, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Lobos are playing Michigan in the Big House. I think they've sold 104,000 tickets for the game. It's the opener. It's on national TV, not the cable national network NBC. How important is this?
No, it's huge. I mean, it's one thing, you talked about, Connie Mack, and we talked about that in the previous deal, but putting New Mexico in the limelight, and, and forget what the score is going to be, and deal, just to be in that is something that people will talk about this game for many, many, many years.
Yeah, we hope, and I've gotten a bunch of calls from, let's put it this way, colleagues who like to invest in athletic performance. And they're asking me about the 5 touchdowns. What does it mean? Are we going to be close? And you're right. First and foremost, it's a showcase. Now, obviously, we don't expect to get our clocks clean, just as we might not expect or count on winning the game. Although Appalachia State went into Ann Arbor and kind of messed them up a few years ago. So it's a game. It's a game.
Listen to Jeff Symbiota's show this morning on 601 Sports. I probably messed that up.
610.
610. Anyway, he was saying, why not?
Why not?
why not? I mean, what a great for him coming in and coming in.
Right.
This could be. Why can't they win? And why can't we support them and be there? But I got one little story before I do, because people don't. Here's how big this game. And I have never been to Michigan, okay, but I have been to Ohio State and been to a game. And I get off the airport, go get a rental car, and I go, hey, are you going to go to the game? People in the office or whatever, and they go, no, those seats are sold out. We'll probably never get to see a game. So for the people that are going to this game, you're very privileged, because a lot of people in the state of Michigan can't even get a ticket to go to.
Yeah, it's an amazing.
Or Ohio State. I'm just talking about those.
It's an amazing event. I know in the pregame, the tailgates are important, and that also leads us into recruitment, not only of football players, not only of athletes, but the game experience. 104,000. I guaranteed will, and I've sat at Texas Christian, Texas A&M, Texas Tech. Those tailgates are wild, and I'm sure if a tailgate on Saturday, I'm sure Friday night probably is a pretty cool time. That kind of success, that kind of interest sparks student enrollment. Kids want to go to that atmosphere, even if they're not playing football. We had a few good parties in the 70s, though.
No, just a few, but I still recovered. I'm still recovering. So, but the whole thing about this is the excitement. There's excitement. You're excited. Everybody's excited at UNM, and just to be on the big stage and the big. That's what everybody in Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico wants to see.
Well, we got a little preview. If you read the papers or online, all of a sudden one of the top, or other than Texas, Ohio State, which is in Ohio this week, the big story yesterday, and I'm not going to mention his name, I'm not promoting his name, image, and likeness, is the freshman quarterback at Michigan. Larry Ellison from Oracle helped sign him to a $12 million contract. He's just out of high school, and he was named the starter. So that's yet another big story. And I'm just thinking, well, he was in high school last year. Maybe somebody drops a pass, we get a deflection. Gets a little shaky there. The crowd gets a little quiet. So why not us, right? Let's win this game.
Well, that's funny you bring that up, because I'm thinking the same way. A new quarterback, a lot of pressure on this guy. And then now you've got $12 million. If he don't have a great performance,
yeah, it's a problem.
All of a sudden they're going to go, why did they recruit? And this storyline could even be bigger than the game itself.
All right. We just hope he doesn't take the ball on the first time run around the end for 83
yards.
I
hope he doesn't have an NFL career on the first game.
Right. What I'm thinking, though, is not only we could get into his head, the Lobos can get into his head a little bit, but if things don't go right in the beginning, it gets a little quiet in the big house. All of a sudden, it's like, We used to see that, and we even saw it in the recent years in the pit. The crowd's all fired up, the Lobos getting a little slump, and you hear like, it's that weird noise when things aren't going right.
So, you're from New York, the Yankees.
That's right. Well, if you're watching Yankees now, that's exactly what's going like. The Red Sox come in and knock the snot out of them. Yeah, so we're hoping for the best. It's a great opportunity. So Saturday, 5 p.m. Mountain Time on NBC TV, not cable, the main deal, the main station. It'll be UNM and Michigan. Lobos are now like a 5-touchdown favorite.
34 and a half.
34 and a half.
That's what I heard.
I really like that, half a point. But I think I might have to invest in the Lobos on Saturday. I do have the opportunity. I will be there. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's see what happens there.
Hey, we will know if you invest if the line goes to 35.
I only wish. Anyway, all right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back with our third and final segment, 505 SVF program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the 505 SVF program. I'm Kurt Roth, and we're here with our special guest today, ProView Networks President Steve Davis. For those of you who are paying attention during the break and watching our promotional ads, you saw one for our friends at Frontier Golden Pride, Frontier Restaurant, the Ranasek family. Just want to always give them a shout out. One of our earliest supporters at 505 SVF. They were there from day one, and they've continued to be great supporters, not only of our movement, but of everything at UNM. So if you want to get on board, if you want to be on the same team as Frontier and Golden Pride, 505sports.org, check it out. Give me a call, get me on the street, we'll get you involved, because the future right now for UNM is now. All right, so Steve, we talked football. We're excited. National TV, Michigan, one of the 5 biggest stages in college football, no doubt about it. But we still come back to it always here is UNM basketball. Lobo basketball brings is a smile. Former Lobo ball player Steve Davis. Last show I had on Sam Stapleton. One of the new guys at UNM, assistant coach, part of the new deal. We chatted. He even followed up with me about hearing about your exploits in the UTEP game. And we won't go there. Us old guys, we have our own old stories, right? We don't need to tell how you guys knocked the Bear and UTEP out of the tournament. We don't have to talk about that. Right?
Well, what was great about that conversation was that he actually listened, and he was intrigued with it. Okay, so that made me feel good, and then that makes me want to be more important with Lobo basketball.
Well, it's great. You're right. That's a great point. I have spent a lot of time around this team, the players. Last night, our management team took the 4 managers out to dinner to get to know them. We've dined with all the men's basketball. We're in the midst of doing that with women's basketball. But you're right. The coaching staff is unique in that they're very young. A couple of them have worked with Coach Olin, for quite some time. Howell played for Coach Olin. He's an assistant coach. I don't know, he's 26, 27. They're young. They are super enthusiastic about playing in the pit. They've heard the stories. They're college basketball guys. Everyone knows the pit, but these guys are generally invested. Mike Wilder said he's going to get the shakes when he walks down the ramp the first time. Now, you've experienced that. That is.
Well, you know what? he's going to get shakes every time he walks down that ramp. I mean, that's how much energy going through that tunnel coming down, and just you can just feel the electricity through there.
So we are, and I'm telling you, I've been privileged to be part of the basketball organization in a whatever needs to be done role. We are still doing, as I said in the opening, we at 505 SVF are still doing name, image, and likeness with the players. We are now removed under the revenue sharing from the primary role in raising money into a supplemental role. So you will see 505 out in the community. You will see we're going to have guys on this program like we did last year. We're going to try to really use that NIL component, that name, image, and likeness, and get the guys out in the guys and the gals in the community. I just want to digress a little bit. People are excited about Coach Eck. We talked about Coach Eck in football. Who knows? We're all a little jaded when it comes to football. We've always been told could be the year. Men's basketball looks great, but I don't want to put any pressure on Mike Bradbury, but his team is loaded. So if you're into UNM women's athletics, women's basketball, yet another way to support the team, 505sports.org. We will have an NIL contract with probably, I believe we'll announce it in the next 2 weeks, with every UNM basketball player, both men and women, and it'll be more of a supplemental role to get them out in the community. Now, you saw have you seen the early schedule? We've got Utah. We just added I'm blanking, not Irvine, Santa Clara. So we got Santa Clara. We got the 2 games in Kansas against the P4 teams.
Early game with New Mexico State.
Well, what do you think? I mean, this 1 game thing is nonsense for me. I believe we should play twice. 2 reasons. 1, we should play twice because it's New Mexico State.
Well, an economic impact.
Right. No one wants to come to the pit. No one wants to come. We have to work out these deals with Santa Clara. Dayton was I know I got the inside word from one of the assistants who called his old athletic director on the East Coast and said, hey, would you consider a home? And he stopped him. He goes, no bleeping way we're playing in the pit. We're not doing it. The big teams won't play. The middle range teams won't play. The only games you get are bye games, and if you get lucky, you get a Santa Clara. You had home and home with Vacom. So New Mexico State got it. Any reason why you would think we don't play them twice?
Truthfully, it's mind-boggling to me. I mean, and I'll put UTEP in the same thing.
Right.
Okay.
Really?
I mean,
now they're in our league.
Right. But I'm just saying. I'm just putting. When that they didn't play for 10 years or 8 years.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
When you're all those communities are basketball minded. Okay. I mean, and basketball rules in the state of New Mexico and also in
El Paso. No doubt about it. All right, well, listen, Bing, another show, another nickel. We're done. I want to thank you for coming. Everybody, next week we'll be talking about what happened in the big house. We'll be talking about the future for men's and women's basketball and for 505 SVF. Stay with us. We'll be back next week. Thanks for joining us. Lobo football, 5 p.m. Saturday night on NBC National. All right, thanks. I'm Kurt Roth. We'll see you next week.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mir here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locking shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.